It is 11:43 at night. He is staring at his banking app in utter disbelief. 6 months ago, he finally secured the promotion he was grinding for, a bump to $5,000 a month. He immediately celebrated by moving into a luxury apartment with floor-to-ceiling windows and leasing a brand new car. He felt like he had finally made it. But as the screen glows in the dark, the math reveals a terrifying reality. Despite earning more money than ever before in his entire life, his account balance is exactly zero.
We are completely dismantling the greatest financial myth ever sold to the working class: the belief that a higher salary automatically equals wealth. Look closely at the victim of this illusion. He isn't flipping burgers. He is a highly paid professional. He wears a tailored suit, drives a car that smells like fresh leather, and lives in a neighborhood with manicured lawns. But beneath this shiny veneer, he is suffocating inside the high-income poverty trap. When the $5,000 direct deposit hits, it doesn't buy him freedom. It merely acts as a high-speed conveyor belt, immediately transferring his hard-earned cash directly to his newly acquired creditors. The luxury apartment demands $2,000. The premium car lease extracts $600. He is trapped in a devastating psychological loop. He genuinely believes he is wealthy because of the amount of money flowing through his hands, completely ignoring the fact that none of it is actually sticking to him. He is experiencing the sheer panic of realizing that a larger shovel doesn't help you if you are just digging a much deeper hole. He works relentlessly, stressed and sleep-deprived, only to realize he is just a highly compensated conduit for corporate profits.
Who pushed him into this invisible hole? The hidden agenda of the modern economy is perfectly designed to exploit human psychology. Society has weaponized our deep-seated need for tribal status. We call it keeping up with the Joneses, but it is actually a highly sophisticated marketing engine designed to drain your excess capital. The moment his income increased, the algorithm of his life shifted. His peers, his social media feed, and his own ego convinced him that his old lifestyle was no longer acceptable for someone of his new status. This is the insidious nature of lifestyle inflation. It doesn't happen with a single catastrophic purchase. It happens through 1,000 tiny, socially acceptable upgrades. He upgrades his gym membership. He stops cooking and starts ordering premium meal deliveries. He buys a coffee machine that costs more than his first car. The system desperately needs him to increase his consumption to match his production. If he takes his raise and secretly invests it, the economy doesn't get its cut. So the culture actively shames frugality and glorifies visible consumption. He was manipulated into believing that the only valid way to celebrate a higher income.
Let us look at the unforgiving, brutal reality of his new math. The problem isn't the price of his premium coffee. The problem is the massive, unmovable anchor of his new fixed costs. When he was making $4,000 a month, his essential living expenses were $3,000. He had a $1,000 gap. When he got a $1,000 raise, he didn't widen the gap. He immediately increased his fixed costs by $1,200. Mathematically, his raise actually made him poorer. He is now operating with a negative margin. By upgrading his apartment and his car, he permanently elevated his break-even point. His fixed costs are a relentless monthly subscription that he cannot easily cancel. If he loses his job tomorrow, his expensive lifestyle will consume his meager savings in a matter of weeks. The math is ruthlessly simple. Financial data proves that income alone does absolutely nothing to create wealth. Retention does. If you earn $10,000 a month but spend $10,000 a month, your net worth is mathematically identical to someone who earns zero and spends zero.
It is time for a brutal reality check. He must look in the mirror and diagnose his actual disease. He is running at maximum velocity on the hedonic treadmill. This is a psychological phenomenon where humans rapidly adapt to new luxuries, turning them into absolute necessities. The thrill of the luxury apartment faded after exactly 3 weeks. Now, the floor-to-ceiling windows are just a normal background, but the massive rent payment remains a terrifying monthly emergency. He has become a textbook example of the underaccumulators of wealth. These are individuals who generate massive amounts of income over their lifetime, yet have absolutely nothing to show for it. They drive depreciating assets to jobs they secretly hate, just to pay for houses they are too busy to live in. The reality check is a bitter pill. He isn't a master of his financial universe. He is a highly decorated slave to his own upgraded expectations. His own unchecked ego, desperate for validation, forged these chains. He realizes with a sickening drop in his stomach that earning more money will never save him, because his spending habits will always evolve to devour every single new dollar.
The only way to survive this trap is a radical, counterintuitive strategy. He must artificially freeze his lifestyle. The next time his income increases, his expenses must remain violently flat. If he gets another $1,000 raise, he cannot buy a better car. He must buy back his time. He must actively downgrade his ego to upgrade his equity. By capping his fixed costs, every single new dollar of income drops straight to the bottom line. That delta, the growing space between a high income and a stubbornly low cost of living, is the only reliable engine for true wealth creation. He begins to aggressively slash the unnecessary upgrades. He prepares to break the lease. He stops viewing his bank account as a measure of what he can afford to spend and starts viewing it as ammunition to buy his way out of the corporate machine.
The path forward is finally clear. The math of the delta is undeniable. He stares at the $5,000 deposit, no longer seeing it as a license to consume, but as a weapon to deploy. He is ready to drastically cut his fixed costs and embrace the discomfort of living below his means. But as he prepares to tell his peers that he is downsizing, a new, deeply uncomfortable psychological barrier rises up. He realizes that stepping off the hedonic treadmill means facing the severe judgment of everyone still running on it. To actually build wealth, he must become entirely unrecognizable to his current social circle. And he isn't sure if he is ready to become a financial outcast.
Are you trapped on the hedonic treadmill? Tell us in the comments. Subscribe to break the system and build your escape plan.